'Tis the season, the air filled with cheer, towering 56 feet, shining bright throughout the year, standing so proud since 1894, with inviting history to explore. 21 nautical miles, its beacon so bright, families and carols embrace the magic of night. Santa arrives filled with jolly and grins. A welcoming house filled with joyous begins. So come along, gather and embrace at Heceta Head Lighthouse, a beautiful place. Thank you for joining us in this festive time of year, wishing you all a happy new year.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, what do you want for Christmas?
Long winter's nap.
There you go.
Hey, I'm Sari Hart. I volunteer here at Heceta Lighthouse, and I'm going to share some of our great stories with you today. During the war, Heceta Lighthouse functioned as a Coast Guard base. There were 75 men stationed here, and their job was to keep an eye on that horizon. They were on patrol 24/7. They also had trained dogs, and their job was to patrol the beaches with dogs and guns to keep it safe for America. America was not going to be caught unawares again. This patch is very interesting because it's a patch from a Coast Guard uniform. You notice the D right in the middle. It signifies that they were part of this special group who worked with the dogs. And the dogs were also members of the Coast Guard as well.
Fast forward in history, the Forest Service used the house for a while, and then Lane Community College in Eugene opened it up for a satellite college, and so that's when the wall that divided both sides of the duplex came down, and they brought in, they did classes, so they had boys on one side, girls on the other, in the 1970s, so we have pictures of the kids out in their bell bottoms going to school here. So cute. Which probably was a lot of fun. When electricity came to the house, they got chandeliers. The house has been really kept so nicely. You'll notice all the pictures hang on chains, and we know the reason for that. Poke a hole in this, it could shatter though, because it's plaster overlaid, and that makes a big difference in terms of keeping and preserving. So, are you recording me? Now, military officers were living on one side of the duplex. This couple were the last to live here. This was Ma and Pa Herman. They lived on the other side of the duplex, and when the Lighthouse Keeper Service was no longer needed, they were retired out. And now everything's computerized up at the lighthouse. Our beam shoots 22 miles out to sea, and it's beautiful if you're ever here at dusk and you see that beam go out over the ocean. It's amazing.
Heceta Lighthouse is very famous for ghost stories, and we have a resident ghost who is named Rue, R-U-E, and I actually met some folks on a tour here of Heceta Lighthouse who claim to have been, how shall I say, visited by Rue 25 years ago when they stayed here at the bed and breakfast period. And the man told me that he was in bed and his wife was across the hall in the bathroom, and he felt somebody tucking him in along the outsides of himself, and he sat up and realizing there was no one else in the room. And they were so freaked out, they got dressed and drove back into town, the 12 miles to Florence, and sat in their car in front of the 7-Eleven until morning, and then they came back for the 7-course breakfast.
Hi there, my name is Mary. I'm a volunteer here at Heceta Keeper's House.
The lighthouse and the parking lot is owned and managed by the Oregon State Parks. And this section of the property in here is owned by the U.S. Forest Service. So the house is concessionaire out to be a bed and breakfast. It's also required to be an interpretive center. There were 3 keepers that took care of this lighthouse. The head keeper lived in his own house that's no longer there. It's where the green grassy area is, and the deer like to come and eat the grass there at night. This is a duplex. The assistants lived. It has been opened up in the dining room so we can accommodate more people. We love decorating for the holidays and welcoming the public to come enjoy and see Santa. Thank you.
From the team of Heceta Head Lighthouse, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year! Ho, 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 ho.
Okay, am I like big in the screen?
No,
The first and second. And our historian told me, she goes, if you get visited by this ghost, can you ask her some questions? And I'm like, really?
That's really what you want to hear.
Sponsored by Shining Shingles. May your shingles shine all year. Call 1-800-SHINE-IT to order your very own set of shining shingles today.